All right, so we're here with Robbie. You're also a big contender in Donkey Kong. Great player. So what is your ranking and your highest score?
Right now, I'm currently 4th on the arcade, 5th between arcade and MAME.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 2.5 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So you have your own machine? Is that how you learn?
I have my own
Did you go
machine.
to an arcade to learn most of it? Or?
Yeah, I learned on this machine.
You did?
And then once I moved, I got my own machine, and I just kept playing from there and kept raising my score.
Okay, and you're streaming on Twitch. So what's your Twitch name?
It's twitch.tv/Lakeman421.
Okay.
Robbie, you were playing on MAME too for a while, were you? With a keyboard.
Yeah.
Right? What did you get on Donkey Kong with the keyboard?
Actually, I got my first kill screen on MAME.
With the keyboard, right?
With the keyboard. I used...
Isn't that crazy?
I used the arrow keys as directionals, and then the left control as a jump button. So it is opposite of this control, because on this one your directionals are left and your jump buttons are right. So it's the opposite
so you
on
got
MAME.
Conditioned to...
So yeah, I was practicing on this machine and then going home playing on MAME, so it's kind of hopping back and forth. But it does take a little getting used to, since you're kind of doing opposite of what you normally do each time. But
I just think it's insane that he kill screened the game with a keyboard.
That's ridiculous.
I believe Dean actually uses a keyboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he uses for controls, but I think he does normally play with a keyboard.
Sweet.
So how close are you to catching up with Hank's score? So he has, how much and what have you got?
He has 1,138,600.
Okay.
And my latest score was 1,113,400. So roughly around 26,000 points.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, so I'm getting close there. I'm getting close.
Okay, so now Robbie's going to go through the initial stages, and it's awesome to have different perspectives, different top players go through it. So and you're going to do more point pressing?
Yeah, sometimes you can leech this fireball right here at the bottom, just to get a few hundred extra points. If you leech the fireball and jump a barrel like that, you get the 300 points, because it scans as 2 objects. And then I kind of just wait on the bottom hammer here. Some people will go up and try to group barrels and then climb down and keep jumping the same ones. But I'll usually just wait here until I get a good set of barrels I like this. Yeah, the key is just efficient bottom hammers. I got lucky with the 800 there, but yeah, kind of just it's a little tough on this board since the barrels are a little less cooperative to really be able to climb or have some extra room when you go up. But
on the initial stages, since you don't have as much control, sometimes you just play it safe.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, there are points. I mean, there are points where you're like, I shouldn't. See, he tried to get me with that one there, but yeah, I'll do a little bit grouping here. I can't really get it now, but and then there's this smash right here. You get that 1 extra barrel and 100 points, so it's every little bit counts in the long run. So you try to find the points where you can get them, but not really risk too much at the same time. But this usually kind of what I go for on the first board. Around 8,000 or 9,000 points is usually what I'm satisfied with. Now on these two here, you can jump 2 extra barrels right here. You gain 200 points, because if you climb the ladder, you lose 100 on the ticker. So if you jump one at 100, you'll get that back, and then you'll jump the one after 100. So on the next board, the first early boards on the rivets, you can run and grab that purse. You have enough time with the fireballs because they're a little bit slower. You can kind of come up here and point press a little bit depending on what kind of fireballs you see, but I see 2 right here, so I'll probably just grab the hammer and smash them out if he cooperates. There we go. Around 3,400 on the timer, they'll speed up. If you see the timer right here, it's at 3,600. See, now they're speeding up. So the game levels up during the board.
No, I would stress myself out.
And kind of the ideal on the rivet boards is to clear this top rivet right here to get more points. You kind of just point press a little bit until these two on the bottom right come up. And then that way you can smash fireballs on both sides and then clear the board. But you get a lot of your points from leeching Kong at the beginning because you have more time to do it. So you're more efficiently, percentage-wise, to get more points. So if I can get this guy to come down, he's going to freeze when he comes down. But yeah, I'll point press like this. I'm pretty safe because he's frozen right now. This is around average, a little subpar for level 1. I usually try to be around 18,000, 19,000. If you get to 20,000, that's even better. But now this board 2-1 can be the most difficult one to point press, in my opinion. This one can be the toughest one to point press, in my opinion, because some of the barrels cooperate, some of them don't. And then on top of that, like I was saying, the game levels up. So right now it's on level 2 barrels, and then eventually, I think it's like 33 seconds into it, it'll go to level 3 wild barrels, which are even more crazier and harder to put up with. I'll just clear this board and get out of it. But normally I would still group a little bit up on top. I'll try to be around 25 to 30,000 points after this board.
So when you're doing a Twitch stream, how often do you get to 1 million points?
I've done it, I believe 3 or 4 times in the last 4 months.
Okay. Because it does take a lot of time too, right? How many hours is that?
It does. My last game took just over 3 hours.
Okay.
So on this board here, you can run and just jump for the hat, kind of hang on the side there and try to get that fireball if you can. You can kind of, I'll go up here to the top right, leech that spring, leech that spring, leech that spring, and then just point press the fireball there. Because every time you do a jump on a platform, 100 ticks down, so you want to leash those springs to break even. And then I'm just point pressing the fireball.
So it's actually adding up quite a bit when you're doing that.
Yes, okay, see, he's frozen right here.
Yeah.
So I have to stay below him and he'll stay frozen. Now if I was above him, he would unfreeze. So if you're above a fireball when he's frozen, like, you can tell when he's gonna freeze at the top. He might freeze again, so I'll stay below. No, he went back down, but yeah, I'm leeching these springs because each spring is equal to the 100 on the timer. So you're breaking even, waiting for the fireball to come up, and then you start pressing the fireball.
You've easily got over 1,200 so far on that fireball.
Yeah.
When you're jumping.
So he's frozen right here. Watch, I'll jump and he won't freeze. So that's one little trick to the fireballs, but
Hi. Are you giving tips, Robbie?
yep. Yeah, I'm giving some advice. So let's see. I'm just doing the point pressing thing. Hank was kind of running through boards, some basic tips, and now I'm doing a little more advanced stuff. So on the top hammer, I'll see how long I can wait, see if those fireballs will come up. But yeah, he's gonna give me trouble, so I'll just try to get some on the left side every once in a while. If I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to leech Kong afterwards. But I'll leech as long as I can up here. the ideal is to not have any fireballs on this side so they don't come up. You can continue to leech Kong the whole way.
And you're saying something about you can trap the fireballs?
You can, if you jump over a fireball, as they're going over a rivet, the rivet will close and they'll fall in the rivet hole and they'll get stuck there.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I'll try to do it at some point after I do a little point pressing. So this board has the hardest wild barrels. He'll try to throw them in the corner, so I'll kind of hang out in the middle right here a little bit, so that way I have a little bit more room if he does try to throw one in that corner. See, he's got one right here. So I'll try to still smash it. Wow, he's really, yeah. He threw 3 at the same time, so that was really.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty much why this barrel board has been seen as the most difficult one early on, just because of that reason. But yeah, going for a world record game, most people would just jump in the oil can, start over, kind of thing.
But do you keep playing? Or
sometimes I'll keep playing. It depends on how many points I get for that death. If I only get like 1,000 points, 2,000 points, I'll restart. But if I get like 7,000, 8,000 points, then I'll keep playing, because then it is worth it. Because when you have an extra man at the end of the game, you can sacrifice him on the last barrel board for roughly about 10,000 points.
Okay, so it equals out.
So yeah, so I mean, you would get those points anyways.
Man, that's insane.
Yeah. I can sometimes leech it like that. You can kind of tell sometimes at the angle that they're gonna be at, because they do go for your feet. That's like the really big thing. But now it's at level 4, so now the wild barrel is gonna be predictable. So, yeah, I'll just get out of this board. If I can get that fireball to come up, that'd be awesome. There we go. Now, like on a barrel board, if that happens, there's no fireballs, I'll come back here and I'll keep point pressing. And then that fireball's coming up right there, so I'll just get out of here. Sometimes on this board, on the pie factories, initially you try to just run through them, but like right here, I got 3 pies right here, so I'll smash them and 2 fireballs for an average of 525 points for each smash. And let's see what these fireballs do. Actually, I'll show you one thing on the pie factory. So Kong, he's going on the left side right here. Once he hits that left side, it switches directions. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you got the hammer or you're trying to go for barrels, or the fireballs, I mean, because you can have your hammer go over a fireball if you run at it incorrectly. The 5th one's about to pop out, so I'm hoping this guy gets out of the way. Yeah, there we go.
So if you had it, I mean, they're kind of random. Sometimes they'll just stay indefinitely on that, right? You have to switch sides or something.
Yep. On the top right side, they'll freeze over the ladder sometimes. And if I see any of them freeze on the right side, usually I'll try to bail. Just go to the left side, and it's just more of a clear path. You lose some points for it, but yeah, you're more guaranteed to finish the board that way. I was trying to top shelf it right there, but
can you get to the top one?
Yep, I'll see if I can. I'll try one more time and see. Yeah, I'll see if I can do it. I'll just bail on that,
Man, that's crazy. Do you try that when you're going for a big game, or is that too risky?
I have done it. It is risky, but you do gain a few hundred more points that way, and you do have 20 of these boards, so it does add up. But you can still do the fireball in this pretty easily because the springs aren't as much, and you will gain more points as opposed to later on when the timer ticks down faster. But yeah, I got this frozen fireball, so that's really what you want when you're trying to do this, is the frozen fireball. I'll just get out of here.
John, have you ever seen someone jump to the top part?
Yeah.
Instead of the lower? I've never seen that before.
So I'll go for the purse on this one. It's 800 points, but I'll hang out here until one pops out. Sometimes it'll pop out early and I'll wait because another one's going to come out really quickly. That's just a big thing with the rivet boards, just kind of reading the board, seeing what's going to happen, what you can do and what you can't do.
So you're going to try to trap one of them this time? Maybe?
I'll do a little more point pressing. I'll get to level 5. I'll do a level 5 point pressing. We'll kind of see what I get on that level, and then we'll kind of, I can show you that. I'll try it at least. It's not the easiest thing to do, but I just try to point press like this, and then I got that fireball coming up there, so I'll just kind of wait and see if anyone comes up, if I get a good grouping over there. Yeah, like it's pretty decent here. But yeah, and then I can get then they pop out on that side sometimes, and you can get a couple more. So usually after this level, I want to be at about 77,000 to 80,000 points at least, if more, if I can get that many points. This is really where more point pressing comes into play. This is where you start out with level 3 barrels. You'll get those crazy wild barrels like this one right here. I think about maybe around 6,000 will be level 5 wild barrels. So those are the predictable ones. We'll see if we get any again. He's been throwing me more wild barrels than Hank, so we'll see. See if I can, yeah, there we go. So on this girder right here, you typically, you can steer down that barrel, that ladder, and that's kind of the safest way to do it. But if you're point pressing, you don't really want to throw too many away because you are losing points when you do that.
Okay. Get everyone possible.
Yep. But I got a fireball right below me, so I'll just grab the hammer and get out of here. Oh, yeah. That's another thing you have to watch out for is
Just drop it in.
yeah, you can't be too antsy with a hammer because that will happen. Yeah, if you just wait a second, then you can have a clear path. Like I'll steer these two away, and then I'll just steer them away if I'm playing safe. But I'll wait here, see what happens. But hold on, see if I can actually get these to steer away. So he's reaching, and then I go. Right after
So
he's
safe
done.
at that corner, right?
Yes. He will throw one there occasionally, but it doesn't happen too often. But
And your hammer could probably get it anyway, right?
yeah, sometimes I'll hang that hammer right below him because he'll drop one that goes straight down. I'll wait right here. 4 of them will come out. There's really not enough pies to make it worth it, so I'll just clear the board. One thing you have to be careful about though is the pies. Watch all the pies on the screen, because sometimes when they go off the screen or go into the oil can, they'll reappear, they'll regenerate on the conveyor. So when you're trying to get to that top ladder, you have to be careful of that, because if they regenerate at the wrong time, then you're going to be done. It'll hit you.
Do you usually stay to the left of that ladder when you have the hammer?
Yep.
Just a lot of people stay to the right and go back.
Yeah, there's a occasional barrel he'll drop it straight down, and you can actually get that barrel, so you can get the 300 more points.
First stay to the left of that ladder.
Yep. So now at this point, you kind of have to wait for the fireball to go down and up again. Hank doesn't go for the purse, but I do. I'll see if I can do it cleanly. Yeah, so I try to leech that one at least. He's coming up, so I'll leech him, but yeah, it's a little risky, and sometimes you actually lose points doing it. I probably lost points this way, but so I'll wait here and then grab the purse.
I know. You gonna try to trap one?
I'll do it on the next one.
Okay.
Once I point press through a whole level, kind of get the idea. Hopefully I can survive long enough.
So do you have a high score save on your Donkey Kong?
So like a save kit?
Yeah.
No, I don't. It's not allowed by Twin Galaxies,
Okay.
because technically it is a modded board at that point.
But I guess you record them anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, we know what they are, so it's not it's not a big deal. But now when you're at the end of level 4, that's what we call start. And if you're going for a world record game, you want at least 125,000 points. 130,000 is ideal. And then this is where the point pressing begins. So I'll hang out here and I'll just wait for barrels to come down. And the more you wait, the more barrels will be available to smash. So the fireball will come up. I grab the hammer, and while I'm smashing on the bottom, I actually pay attention to what's going on above me.
To control those.
Yeah, and kind of find the fastest path for some of the barrels to get down to me. So I got a pretty decent grouping here, and see if I can get that one to the right. But yeah, if you smash the fireball on the blue barrel right away, you'll have a really clear path, and that's really ideal once you're first using the bottom hammer. I'll go up this middle ladder sometimes too because it's safer, but I'll do this grouping technique right here. And you'll get like different kinds of groupings. So you can throw a wild barrel, but you can kind of just... So I see a good grouping here, so I'll jump that. Then I'll go down and jump it again. And the key is to do that, but not steer any barrels away.
Okay.
So you get the most points possible for that point press. So I'll just kind of play it a little safe, but yeah, if you throw, like he just threw a wild barrel right there, and you can kind of, like you can steer sometimes the barrels to force a grouping to happen. Fireball's coming up below me, so I'll just go to the hammer here. Yeah, he's really throwing them at me. If your heel is on that left edge of that girder, he'll never hit you with a wild barrel. So that is a safe zone. So that's why I hang on the left in case he throws one of those. So I can't point press anymore, and I'll get out of here. Typically, I try to get a 12,000 point barrel board on average. I forget what that was, probably around 12, 13,000 points. But then on the pies, I kind of just read what the fireballs are doing. They came down right away, so I'll kind of just hang out on the bottom here and hope that I get an opening. You just have to be patient a little bit. Yeah, he might not even let me go up.
I've been trapped so many times like that.
Yeah. I mean, and you can't do anything about it, but I have an opening here. So I'm just going to take advantage of that and just get out of there. So just got to watch out for some pies on the side there and just get out of there. But the hard thing about trying to play our world record pace is these boards can damage your pace really fast. You can lose 3, 4, 5,000 points just on that one board. So I'll do the same thing here. You can kind of leech that like that, get the 300. And I'll just wait on the bottom here and kind of just see what I get for grouping I'll just watch above me, see what's going on, and kind of try to steer that middle one, that one on the top right. Once the hammer starts getting lower, you kind of want to make sure that there's no awkward combinations or anything. But I also try to jump, like, the key is to using the bottom hammers effectively, but also at the same time, at the same time you want to jump barrels and gain those points. But this fireball's kind of... Oh, fuck. I wish I could have done more for that, but...
No, that's alright, dude. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But that's the basic point pressing.